Facebook went offline this week, sending shockwaves of anguish throughout the world as people suddenly realized they'd been wasting their one and only lives on Facebook. The site came back on after 6 hours, causing users everywhere to breathe a sigh of relief at the fact that they could continue to waste their one and only lives. The outage was caused when something journalists pretend to understand but don't stopped interfacing with something else journalists pretend to understand but don't. Whatever the hell interfacing means. In being a complex interaction between things journalists pretend to understand but don't, the Facebook collapse resembled the American economy, American politics, the Constitution, and the shockingly rapid process by which these same uncomprehending journalists have been transformed from idealistic go-getters into walking dead corporate slaves, brainlessly uttering half-truths geared to increase the power of the powerful, while daydreaming they might one day install a Matt Lauer-style button under their desks that will lock the door while they sexually harass the interns. In the aftermath of the Facebook outage, horror stories about the 6-hour blackout emerged. For instance, Michael Blitzman, who had 16,000 Facebook friends, suddenly discovered that he actually had no friends and was living alone in his mother's basement, even though his mother had died 2 weeks ago and was rotting away in a rocking chair like the climactic scene of Psycho while Michael was in the basement mucking around on Facebook. Likewise, Perky TV talk show host Sally Perky, who had been posting glamorous pictures of herself on Facebook's Instagram, along with adorable photos of her fun outings with her children, was startled to learn she was in fact a querulous hag overdosing on Zoloft and could not wait to give her spoiled brats back to the family's nanny/drug supplier. And Scooter, America's favorite poodle, was forced to confront the reality that he's not America's favorite anything, but was instead the prisoner of an alcoholic homosexual who decked him out in humiliating pink ribbons to make him look gay, while Scooter stood by helplessly because he didn't even have an opposable thumb with which to pour himself a lousy drink. During the worst of the blackout, Facebook users around the globe discovered there was a great big beautiful world outside their windows and that they would do almost anything to avoid participating in it. Luckily, many of the users were able to huddle for comfort on Twitter, where they spewed sardonic and foul-mouthed insults at one another in the desperate hope that their own cruelty would obscure the emptiness and futility of their lives until they could get back on Facebook. In response to the outage, Democrats demanded Facebook deal with the crisis by silencing any dissenting opinions that might threaten to expose the party's immoral and destructive lust for power. Republicans, meanwhile, wandered around aimlessly pretending they know what an algorithm is, and Facebook head Mark Zuckerberg issued a statement saying he took full responsibility for whatever the hell people were complaining about this time and vowed he would do better in the future as soon as he got back from the bank. If you like this content and you want to keep it coming, don't forget to subscribe and like and ring that little bell.